Good evening, and welcome to Bethesda United Methodist Church's Midweek Meditation. My name is Max Nolin, and I'm the choir director at Bethesda United Methodist Church, and it's a pleasure and an honor to get to spend a few minutes with you tonight talking about something that I've been feeling a lot of, and I feel that a lot of us have been feeling a lot of, and yet it's a word, it's a feeling that I think we sometimes have trouble naming, whether out of pride or embarrassment, and that feeling is fear. Here we sit, less than a week away from an incredibly consequential election in the midst of a global pandemic that is getting worse again. And it's really easy to feel fear for our world, fear for our country, fear for ourselves, fear for our family, even our basic interactions with people. Every time we go to socialize, we are left thinking if this is something we should fear, if something is safe, if something is good to do. And we're left with a lot of uncertainty and a lot of questions. And again, that pride, our worry, our wanting to be strong in front of others stops us from naming that. And I hope I give you permission tonight to admit it's okay to be afraid. Because when we admit that we are fearful, we can move through it. We can move with it and get to a place where we can find some peace. And one way that I have always found peace in my life is through hymns. I grew up with this United Methodist hymnal, this particular one. I know other people grew up with other versions, and it has been a source of tremendous comfort to me throughout my entire life. And one hymn in particular has been sticking out to me the past couple weeks, and it keeps playing in my head when I'm in those moments of uncertainty and fear. And that hymn is Abide With Me. It's number 700 in this hymnal. And it's a wonderful hymn with a fascinating story. The words, written separately from the tune that you'll hear in a few seconds, and that you're most familiar with, the words were written separately by Henry Francis Lyte. He was a Scottish priest and poet who preached in Scotland in the 1800s. And he wrote this hymn. Well, it's kind of controversial depending on who you ask. Some people say that he was sitting near a dying friend and wrote the words to Abide With Me. Some say that he himself, who had been in ill health his entire life, was near death and penned these words. As we know with music history, sometimes the answer is a combination of all of those things. The great writers have these words flowing through their heads for years, and when they actually meet the paper, can be somewhat years separated from each other. But either way, this hymn was written inspired by potential loss, by potential fear. And yet he writes this incredibly personal words, this personal beginning: abide with me. Fast falls the eventide. The darkness deepens. Lord, with me abide. When other helpers fail and comforts flee, help of the helpless, oh, abide with me. I love this hymn because it brings that image of a friend sitting by you when you have lost hope, when you are worried, when you don't know what to make of the world. It makes me feel like I have this friend who is next to me, holding my hand, giving me a hug. And unfortunately, we are living in a time where we can't do that, where we can't go and hug our friends and we can't go and hold hands with others. And what I find beautiful about this hymn is it reminds me that I have a God who is that friend, who will comfort me when all seems lost, who is help of the helpless. When we are helpless, God is our help, and that he will always stay with us and abide with me. Here is that song, just the first 3 verses. Join with me in singing if you like. grace can foil the tempter's power. Who like thyself my guide and stay can be? Through cloud and sunshine, Lord above, with me. How amazing is that last verse we just sang? I need thy presence every passing hour. What but thy grace can foil the tempter's power? Who like thyself my guide and stay can be? Through cloud and sunshine, Lord, abide with me. How lucky we are to have a God who is with us in clouds and sunshine. I leave you tonight with one more short musical benediction calling on us to be calm and brave in the face of the many fears we face. It's a song by the Porter's Gate, which is an amazing contemporary Christian group comprised of many stars of contemporary Christian music. And it's a short musical benediction. And the words are, every mother, every father, called to raise up sons and daughters. May your heart be patient. May your mind be clear. May your God be with you and calm your fears. Have a wonderful evening, and may you be brave in the face of your fears this week.